You're referring to one of my stories, a work of fiction.
I'm afraid I'm not.
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, 167 years old and all new on the big screen.
He told you he was coming!
Mr. Poe, listen to
The
me.
classic gothic horror tale lends its name to a new thriller starring John Cusack, Alice Eve, and Luke Evans, and it seemed very fitting that the black carpet premiere was held Monday night inside downtown LA's historic and ornate Los Angeles theater, complete with an imposing yet photogenic black raven. Portraying the legendary writer thrust into a police investigation when a serial killer begins emulating the grisly details of Poe's Raven, The Telltale Heart, and The Pit and the Pendulum, Cusack discovered that much of the 21st century horror genre owes a lot to what Poe wrote back in the 19th century.
He created all the horror genres that we know about, so I think if you like that history, and you know, I think he's the godfather of it all. He's the man who started it all, so it's plenty creepy. It'll get you going.
Co-star Alice Eve endured being buried alive for one scene, and based on that experience alone, she could see where Poe was coming from.
He gave credence to those nightmares we have and the imagination and its craziness, and he wrote that stuff down, which was taboo at the time, and we still lap it up.
Tasked with making century-and-a-half-old material work with modern audiences fell to director James McTeague. Will the target 18 to 34 male demographic find what they're looking for in The Raven?
Are you up to the task, Mr. Poe?
I think they will. I mean, you know, I introduced, modern storytelling aspects into it, modern lines, you know, like in the costuming. I brought sort of like a graphic novel sensibility to it. So I think you do things to sort of like egress it for the audience. And so, I tried to do a bit of that.
This killer is methodical. He will keep her alive to keep you involved.
They're gruesome. They're very, very gruesome. You know, the Pit and the Pendulum is, you know, it's just a huge pendulum with a blade on the end of it. I mean, it doesn't get much sicker than that. I mean, have you seen Saw? I mean, yeah.
Despite being third in line for the role behind Jeremy Renner and Ewan McGregor, both of whom dropped out prior to filming in Serbia and Hungary in 2010, some of Cusack's more notable box office success has come from scaring moviegoers out of their seats. 2003's Identity and 2007's 1408 have elements that can be traced back to Edgar Allan Poe, says Cusack.
I think those you could see the lineage directly back to Poe with those too, because he was always he started doing the metaphysical things. He was always doing the dream within a dream thing, and where does your reality end and fantasy begin, and where does life end and death begin? That space, or sanity and insanity. So he was always, there's some circular thing to it about it coming back to your own mind that really made it creepy. So I think all those movies are, have Poe-like origins.
I dare you to try to save your beloved's life. Where is she?
While not historically accurate, this is a movie after all. The Raven does its best to make an American literary classic relevant to the CSI generation. The film joins some 15 other mainstream and independent films opening in theaters this Friday, all looking to take advantage of the last weekend before the summer blockbusters take over multiplexes across the country. In Hollywood, Scott Edwards, CBSNews.com.